What is PR? PR is the ability to gain favorable endorsements by media, whether it be print, radio, online, or TV. Now, PR is the belief from those media outlets that you have a unique story or that you're an expert in a certain field. PR is incredibly amazing when it's used properly. Now, what PR is not advertising. Let me give you this example. You can go to a local newspaper and pay $1,000 for an ad. Now, the problem with that is that you pay $1,000 and you will get an ad and you will tell the publication exactly what you want them to say, and you will most likely feature your features and benefits about your company. The issue with that is that it will be a 1 or 2 or 3 time investment, and the response is probably going to be minimal. The reason why that response will be minimal is because you are selling something, and people do not like to be sold to. Oftentimes when people see that you're trying to sell them something, they will immediately put a block and they will go on to the next one. Now, PR is not going to the media outlet and doing that. That's more advertising. Public relations means conversating with the editor or the proofreader of a publication, talking about your story, talking about the trends that are happening in the marketplace and how you are the expert to speak on those subjects. It's all about added value to the publication. It's about showcasing content and value to the readership or to the listenership of that radio show or that TV show or that print publication. So oftentimes, where you would go to the advertising department and say, here's $1,000, this is what I want you to say, you would take the same $1,000 and possibly invest it in a public relations agency or yourself with the time invested, and you would go and actually speak with the editor of the publication, which is a completely separate department, and you would talk to them about unique angles and what makes you different. And at that point, the editor will say, yes, I'm interested in your story, or no, I'm not. If they are interested in your story, oftentimes they will come out and do a photo shoot, or they will do a video shoot, or they would simply ask you to submit information. But that story is very powerful because now you have a third-party endorsement from a reputable media source saying how amazing you are. Now, remember I told you about the value of advertising and how you're selling to people? Well, PR could have we can have the same size of feature in a newspaper as you have in an ad. You can have the same type of scenario. But when somebody is saying how amazing you are, instead of having people walk away and saying they're trying to sell me something, you have someone saying, raising their hand and saying, you are amazing and I want to work with you. So that is the difference between advertising and PR. Now, why is it important to you anyway? Why is PR so important to include in your marketing mix? A few reasons. Number one, it expands your budget by 5, 20, 30, 40, 50 times. How does it do that? Well, the space in the publication is worth a certain money, those $1,000. In the same space that is given to you in an article format, it's also worth $1,000. But if you add up the value of what an endorsement really means to you and your business, all of a sudden we're looking at thousands of dollars in third-party endorsements that you've just secured that can potentially help you get more credibility in the marketplace, exposure, and most importantly, close that deal, that client that you've been working on, because now you're a reputable source. There's a lot of different ways that you can use PR, but the most important thing is that you become aware of all these amazing opportunities with the media and how much content they need on a regular basis and how you could be the next feature on TV, radio, or print.